Welcome to the next lecture on the shortcuts of Greghand. This first one that we're going to look in is two variants of the ing dot that comes at the end of a word. And the first will be if you have ings, like meetings. So meetings, for instance, is going to be meet, and then instead of the ing dot, we're just going to put an S down there. So meetings. So the idea is replace the ing dot with an S, and that gives you ings. Now, how about greetings? So we'll have G-R-E-T and an ing dot, greetings. How about things? You know, we're talking about a lot of things. So we can just go TH, and instead of the ing dot, an S, things. Now, if you want ingly, like seemingly, we'll write seem, S-E-M, and instead of the ing dot, we're just going to put a little E down there. And that gives us the ing from being in the ing position, and then the ly. So that's seemingly. If we looked for knowingly, we could go N-O, and then ingly. How about willingly? Will, one of the abbreviations for it is just the L, so will, ingly. So there's two things that will significantly shorten your ing words, the INGS abbreviation and the INGLY abbreviation. Go ahead and incorporate those into your word list, and then we will get on to the next abbreviation. Okay, next will be a couple of different ways of using for or fur in a prefix. Actually, it's one way of doing those two things. They're both abbreviated by the F. So, for instance, if you wanted forget, that's just F, and then G, get my G the right size, forget. Okay, if we wanted forgive, for G-I-V. Or how about further? Here's our fur. So we go fur, T-H-R, further. Now, if you have a full at the end of the word, again, that can be abbreviated by the F. So if we had helpful, it's going to be E-L-P and then the F. So put our H dot over there. So it would be helpful. If we had grateful, that would be G-R-A-T, and then we're going to add an F onto it. So grateful. There are your for, fur, and full words. You can go ahead and put those into your word list along with other full words that you might use, or for or fur words. And then we'll go on to the final elements. The next shortcut is going to be, or shortcuts are going to be the days of the week. And there are some ways that have been used in shorthand. I will give you those. Sometimes I use just the ones we standardly use, or what they sound like. But I'll show you what Dr. Gregg has done here. So for Sunday, well, I guess I'll write days of the week. So for Sunday, he has SN, Sunday. Monday is going to be MUN. Tuesday, TUS. Wednesday, here he uses UENS. Now I just like UED myself because that's like WED, which I use in longhand, but Dr. Gregg goes with this one. And then, so we're down to Wednesday, then he does Thursday, THRS, and Friday, FRI, and Saturday is SAT. So those are the abbreviations from days of the week, very similar to what we use in longhand. And then for months, he's got, let's see, January, February, March, April. I'm going to run out of room here, I think. That's okay, we'll just erase and start over. So May, June, and he uses this for July, just JU. You can personalize these a bit if you want. You know, you might want to put in JUL if you want to correspond more with longhand. June, July, so August, he's got AUG, and June, July, August, September is SEP, and oh, then we have October, OKT, and November, and December. And again, if you need it in your text, you can go ahead and put the proper noun symbol under each of these. Now, just one more. Again, put these in your word list if there's something you're going to use. And we'll go on to the use of the breve. And this is just kind of a technique. I think in the last, in the series on Gregg Shorthand for Personal Note-Taking, we looked at the word abbreviation. And that ended up being something like ABR, EV, abbrev, and then we could go IA, shun. So using the shortcut that we learned here in Greghand, that would be abbreviation. But you can tell it's very long, and it extends down into the next line. And I had split it up for you, I think, something like this in one of the previous lessons, where I just gone ABR, and then maybe EV, abbreviation, like that. Now, the technique that's used in Greghand is he puts this symbol called abbrev underneath, just showing that those things are connected. So if you had to break it up, just so you don't wander way down below the line, or maybe the word's getting too long, or it's an awkward connection and it's hard to figure out how to make the connection, just break it up, put this little thing underneath, and that'll clue you into the fact that this is one word. So that is the last of the Greghand abbreviations for this lecture.